Welcome, viewers, to another episode of Lessons Learned. My name is Vincent Vezza. I am an author. I am the founder of Hidden Treasure Novels and the regional representative for the North Carolina Writers Network Metro North Chapter. I am so pleased today to introduce to you Thomas Doonan, an author, a member of our chapter, and a contributor to HTN. Thomas is going to share with us today a second lesson that he's learned, a lesson particularly appropriate for writers. Last week we learned from Thomas that you should archive your ideas, that you should chill your mind and write with passion. Today Thomas is going to share some additional lessons, starting with lesson 2, an impediment to great writing. So Thomas, I'd like to turn the stage over to you and have you share your lessons learned with our group.
Thank you for having me. I certainly enjoy being here this afternoon, and welcome to all of the writers that are taking a few minutes to listen to some of my ideas. What I'm going to talk about today is an impediment to great writing, and the little tag at the bottom, beware of the digital age. Now, I'm not against the digital age. I just want to give a few ideas today on which parts of the digital age can be a little bit troublesome to us as writers. Tag sort of like know the enemy. And the enemy at times can be the media. We are constantly bombarded with digital images and words that, unbeknown to us, are trying to squeeze our creativity. As novelists, as folks who write fiction, we need a free mind. We need a mind that's got the freedom to create new ideas, put words on paper. I went back, I guess it was about 6 decades to sort of catalog when this bombardment started. And you've got the, sort of goes by decade. You have the boob tube in the 60s, email hit us in the 70s, video gaming bounced in the 80s, the cable news network started in the 90s, Facebook and YouTube, they were around the year 2000, and certainly now since 2010 and the 2020s, we've got literally streaming everything. No surprise to any of you, the social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Reddit, TikTok are like impervious. They're absolutely everywhere. We need them, we want them, but when we want to put ourselves into a mode of creating fiction, of creating ideas, they can be an impediment to ideas falling into our head and then us being able to put them on paper. So we need to find the ways at times to shun that electronic clutter. And why? My theory is, my pet peeve is we're being bombarded with clipped communication. Pet peeve, cliche-infested language, poor grammar, weak words, imprecise words, misused words are constantly hitting our psyche. They're hitting our brain up here. We watch television, the news, the commercials, the programming. That cliched, clipped language of poor words and poor grammar is impervious. It's absolutely everywhere. Sort of drives me crazy because I tend to hear the cliches and the bad words more than I hear the message in between. Digital marketing. We can't turn on any device, regardless of what we want to do with that device, without finding advertising as part of the medium that we're looking at. It's sort of a shame that the way too many folks in the country and society live these days is we're sort of in a world of digital amusement. And I grew up with absorption in the book. And what we want to find that time and that ability to craft words so we can capture people away from that digital amusement and move them toward absorption in books. As a sidelight, I looked at some of the great writers, American writers, English writers of the last century, Fitzgerald, Orwell, James Joyce, Hemingway, Faulkner, that group of people. And look at the last one was Tolkien. Tolkien passed away in 1973. The previous authors, and scores more, were able to write in an age in which there wasn't this bombardment from the media, from the digital media attacking their mind. They had fewer distractions. I'm certain they wrote, even though I wasn't there, with greater solitude. They also, those times before that digital media, they wrote letters. They wrote personal letters. They wrote periodical stories. They wrote stories for magazines to make money, to survive on. Those methods, those forms don't exist the way they did back then, personal letters and periodical stories. There was a culture that they had of living in great cities, whether it was, you know, New York City, Paris, various neighborhoods in Paris, London, the Bloomsbury Group, or Venice. So at times I get jealous of the era that they lived in. They had much more solace to write and craft their ideas. So what do we need to do? At least in my opinion, we sort of need to find our own nirvana. We need to find that place where we can subtract ourselves from that bombardment by the digital media. A couple suggestions: join a writers group or an organization. Absolutely imperative that you find ways to socialize with other writers. I'm a member of the North Carolina Writers Network, which is just a fantastic group of writers in the state of North Carolina. Your own nirvana, I mean, mine obviously starts out in the office that I'm in now, but I've used coffee shops, I've used malls to write. Yours might be in Asheville, it might be the Outer Banks, perhaps travel to the coast of Maine or Savannah, Georgia, or anywhere else might be that little place that you can sneak away to, sneak away from here in the digital media. And don't be embarrassed to excuse yourself. If there's times when you need to close that door that for me is over in that direction and say, I need some time to write, I need some time to craft words, do that. You're not being antisocial at all. And finally, my advice is write, write, write. In summary, this quick little look at sort of the digital media, know the enemy, know that it's out there, and know where it's affecting you, and then shun that clutter. Find ways to get away from that clutter. Sort of be aware of what the great authors had and the solace that they were able to find. And then finally, summarize on the whole thing. Find that place of yours where you can create your own writing nirvana, where you can be with yourself. And Vince, those are my quick little 4 or 5 minutes of ideas today on a danger that we have to watch out for, an impediment to great writing. And in summary, just a quick little look. There's the two books on the left are short stories that I've written: a paranormal love story called A Quest for Love, and a farcical short story called A Waiting Room Frenzy. They're both available at hiddentreasuresnovels.com or on the Amazon website. And on the right, I'm working on crafting my first full-length novel called Shattered by Fear. Hopefully you folks will have a time and take a few minutes to read either of those two books.
Well, thank you, Thomas. We appreciate your taking the time to be with us today. I hope that viewers will tune in to the next Lessons Learned session every Thursday. Tune in. Thomas will be sharing additional lessons next week. We look forward to hearing from you, Thomas, and we look forward to seeing our viewers. Please do reach out to us at hiddentreasurenovels.com. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to seeing you on our site, and just enjoy the day. Enjoy every moment that you all have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.